What's up, y'all? We back. So, hope y'all enjoyed the 2 uploads. I got another one for you. Um, so I think the last video, it was the ending of the donk video. So the donk is gone, of course. I got a new truck, the Sierra. I mentioned in the video that I got 2 trucks. And if you look closely in the background, you actually the second truck actually comes into frame a few times. I actually did a reveal on that same while I was recording, but for whatever reason, the footage got deleted. Like it wasn't there when I went to edit, like only a part of it that was there. But I did the whole thing, showed the truck, told the story how I got and everything. So it got deleted. So I was like, whatever, I'll just do it on a second video. So before I moved to Georgia, I had a vehicle that I had been working on for like 3 years, and it was the very first LS swap I ever did in my life. It was actually when I learned about LS swap. So this would have been back in 2008, 2009. It was a 96 two-door Tahoe. And a quick story about that truck. So I traded a Grand Prix with 22s on it for the truck, went out to I was in LA at the time. I forgot where we went, but it was probably like an hour from Long Beach. Drove the truck home. It was cool. I was happy. Finally, black on black, 2-door Tahoe, super happy. The next morning I wake up, motor's knocking. So I buy a junkyard motor, put it in there. I set that motor to the side, drive around with the junkyard motor for a little while. It blows a head gasket, probably about 2-3 months later. So then I go to the Pomona swap meet. And if you're in LA or California, you're familiar with the Pomona swap meet. And I found some aftermarket Vortec heads that were aluminum with bigger valves and everything. Put those on the motor. So now the 2-door is fast, a lot faster than stock. So everywhere I go, I'm pedal to the metal. Ended up blowing the oil pump on it and blowing that motor up. Driving, oil leaking out the bottom. I was driving it around, knocking. Actually, I'll link my old YouTube page to this. My old YouTube page was Stuntman Ray 385, and I got a couple videos of that Tahoe on there. Or if you go to my homeboy Kelly Boy's page, 710 South Long Beach, I think that is it, 710 South Long Beach. I think that's what it is. There's a bunch of videos of it, me driving around and it knocking and all that. I'll see if I can find the video links and I'll link them at the bottom. But there's a video of me racing my homeboy Ed. He had a Caprice wagon with a 383 stroker in it. And a video of me driving it and the motor was knocking and everything. So anyway, took the original motor, took it to a machine shop, United Engines in Compton, and had them build a 385 stroker. So that's where the Stuntman Ray 385 came from. So I had a 385 stroker. I was working like a BS job, so it took me months to pay it off. Finally got it in the truck, drove it around, and then it was just too terrible on gas mileage. It was terrible. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna sell the stroker. And I started doing research, did an LS swap. So I did an LS swap from beginning to end with basic tools. I didn't have a shop. I didn't have power tools. I literally had a little socket set from AutoZone, a couple screwdrivers, a drill, and an angle grinder. And I did the whole swap, wire harness, everything, got the truck running. I actually posted a link. There's a forum called ls1truck.com, and there's 42 pages build thread. So I'll put a link in the description to my build thread on LS1 Truck and tell you I'm not BSing. The whole thing I did on that forum, answering questions and everything. I got the truck running. Unfortunately, life happens and I had to leave. I was living in Vegas at the time, and I had to leave, so I had to let the truck go, and I let it go for damn near nothing. And I always said, I've had personally, and this is no exaggeration, I've had over 60 cars in my life, 60 different vehicles, at least. That 2-door Tahoe is the only one that I want back. No BS. That's the only one that I'd want back. Maybe my GS 430, but not really. But that 2-door, and my wife knows, if I found one, I'm getting it. So I think you know what I got. There she is in all her glory. So this is a 95 2-door Tahoe that I picked up. I actually bought this truck the exact same day that I bought my new Sierra. I did not plan that. It just kind of happened that way. It just kind of fell into my lap. So I've always wanted, my 2-door, the one that I used to have was the barn doors. I always wanted the tailgate. It's pretty clean. I mean, the only like damage on it is right here. That's it. That's the only damage on the whole truck. Other than that, I can tell it's been painted before because you can see some of the like body screws and stuff like that are painted white. So I can tell it's been painted. I'm probably going to keep it white. And then I'm going to get a license plate that says Snow Patrol. But yeah, I'm going to keep it white. I'll probably like color match the grill, color match the front bumper, you know, stuff like that. But it's a 95. So the 95 of the OBS trucks is kind of a, I guess they call it a bastard year. So it has the engine, the TBI motor out of like the 94, the 88 to 94s motor. But it has the interior from the 96 through 99. So this got the newer dash, you know, in 98 and 99, they got rid of the cup holders over there because they're basically useless. And then it has a full dash and an airbag in 98 and 99. But it's got tan interior. It's got like 200 something thousand, 230,000. So it's barely broken in. It's relatively clean. Everything works for the most part. The AC, of course, does not work because it's a Chevy and I bought it. And the transmission is slipping in reverse and second gear. So I'm getting ready to pull the transmission out of it. I'm going to take it to my boy Randy, and he's going to rebuild it for me. So major plans for the truck. So let me tell you how everything happens for a reason. So I traded the Dunk for that crappy ass Suburban. I knew I was going to park the Suburban out, but I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do. So I think you guys already know what I'm going to do. The motor out of the Suburban is going in there. So I'm 100% going to LS swap this truck. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That is happening. But since it actually runs great. Oh no, the battery's still in there. It runs great, except for the transmission problem. But the guy was dailying the truck, you know. He was dailying it until the transmission started messing up. So because it runs so good, I mean, it's smooth, it's quiet. I drove it, you know, it's drivable. I drove it in here, drove around the parking lot. It just doesn't shift very well. Before I LS swap it, I am going to fix the transmission so I can drive it, you know, get the sound system together, clean up the interior, you know, do all the fancy, put the new headlights in, you know, and just, you know, I just want to start working on it slowly, but I want it to be drivable. You know, I don't want another project sitting around. So I'm going to pull the transmission out tonight, take it to Randy in the morning, and I should have it back by Monday. And then I'll put it back in, get it registered, and drive it. So that's the plan. So it's pretty clean. I mean, dirty, but you know, the dash isn't cracked. Well, it's cracked over there. I actually just saw that. But it's not terrible. These dashes are dime a dozen. I don't think I'm going to keep the tan. Actually, you know what? I am going to keep the tan because I just looking at it now, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave it white. I'm going to try to find some gold wheels, some gold off-road wheels. And that'll match or like a bronze, like a light bronze or like a brush gold. And that'll match the interior. I think that's the plan. I was going to put the 26s that are on the Suburban on this. I may just put them on just for fun for now. Because I'm going to scrap that Suburban, but in the long run, I want to put like some 22 by 12s or something. I want to put some off-road wheels on it. Kind of going the opposite of the Impala. The Impala is going to be slammed. Well, it's bad, but it's going to be more ride and low. I'm going to keep this off-road. Keep off-road wheels on it. I'm going to retain four-wheel drive after I LS swap it. Because I want to have fun with it. It's not going to be a show truck. It's not going to be, you know, I'm not going to try to win any trophies with it. That's what the Impala's for. This will be just a fun truck to drive around. And like I said, I've waited literally 10 years. It's almost 10 years to the day that I moved to Georgia. And I had to sell my two-door to get this. So it kind of just happened, guys. I was sitting at the dealership buying that Sierra. Shout out to my boy Smoot. And, you know, he was very integral in this deal that I got and how I did it. And I left the dealership around 3, picked up my trailer from Torian, and drove to Huntsville and picked this thing up. So picked it up in Huntsville, Alabama, and came home. So I bought both trucks same day, bought them both home. Silverado's gone, and I replaced it with 2 trucks. So, and technically, if you're counting, I have 4 four Chevy trucks right now. So I got the Suburban, the clapped out one. I got that 2001 Tahoe that the wife is going to be driving. I got my Sierra, and now I got a 95 two-door Tahoe. So that's four trucks. But the clapped out Suburban is going to be gone. So that doesn't really count because we're using parts on that. So I'm going to get started. I just pulled it in the shop, and I've been meaning to. I want to get this transmission out tonight so I could take it to Randy. If I'm not too tired, I'll take it to him tonight. If not, I'll take it to him in the morning so that he can get it taken apart and he can order the parts for it. Because I told him, I was like, look, if I take it out, I don't want to tie up my lift. So I need you to do it quickly. So he said, as long as you can bring it to me Friday morning or Thursday night, you know, he can take it apart, see what it needs, and then he can get the parts Friday and build it over the weekend, and then I'll pick it up like Monday and then or Sunday and then throw it back in here, and shoot, we'll have a running truck. And I think, like I said, the guy told me the only thing is the AC doesn't work, of course, so we'll investigate that. But luckily the AC system on these trucks is pretty simple. It's got the old R4 compressor, still 134 R134A, but it's just they call it the pancake compressor, and they're stupid cheap, and there's just a couple lines, and so it should be pretty simple, pretty easy to do. But I'm really looking forward to LS swapping this. Like I said, the very first swap I did with just a morsel of mechanical knowledge that I have now. So the 96 and the 95 is a little different as far as the harness. That harness, I built that harness myself. Like, I tore the whole thing apart. I actually took the whole front end off of that truck. And if you go to the link and look at the forum and look at the build, you'll see, like, I took the whole thing apart and painted everything, made it. I'm not doing all that with this. I'll pull the motor, I'll clean all that up, I'll pressure wash it, make sure it looks good, maybe repaint it like a nice color, or maybe put like that gold heat wrap stuff on there. Just clean it up real good, and I want to get it back in and running soon. I don't want to, I don't want to go down the rabbit hole with this like I do with every other build. Like, I honestly want to put the motor in stock. It's a little against what I normally do, but I think even a stock 5.3 in here with some long tube headers and a good tune, I think will still be fun. So I think I'm going to leave it alone. I may put an NSR cam in it, maybe, but because then that way I don't have to mess with the springs or anything like that. So I may put an NSR cam in it just to give it a little extra and give it a little bit of chop, but I don't want to. I really want to, because you know me, I'll go nuts. I'll pull the heads, get the heads done, and next thing I know, it's a stage 4 cam, and then I'm like, you know what, I got everything apart anyway, let me take the block apart and get it machined, and then now I got a full rebuild, and the truck is sitting for 6 months. Or it takes, I don't get it swapped till next year. So I want it to be really quick. So the plan is, like I said, get the transmission fixed so I can drive it, start collecting parts, dirty dingo mounts, long tube headers. I'll probably go with the Schoenfields. That's what I did with the first swap. I got the electric fans because I was going to put those in my Tahoe, in the 01 Tahoe, but nope, I'm going to put them in here. I'm going to take the radiator from that Suburban. Those will fit right on there. So now I got electric fans, because I want to be able to like drive this. So this project will basically take the place of the 96 Impala that I was going to build. So I don't know if you go a couple videos back, I had a Project 96 that I came into possession of that I was going to build. I was going back and forth because I didn't actually have the title for it. So I would have had to put like a mechanics lien on it through the shop and do a bunch of stuff, but I was possibly going to sell it as is or trade it for something. So I was kind of just sitting on it until I decided what I was going to do. So now that I have this, it's gone. I've already sold a couple parts to Torian. I've sold a couple parts to my boy, to my barber, James. Shout out to him. What's up, bro? I know you watching. So my barber, he's got a Caprice, so I sold a bunch of parts to him. And then Ivan, the parts guy, if you go way back in my videos, I went to his shop. He parts out Impalas. He's one of the few legit sellers of these car parts on Instagram. It's Impala SS Parts, or Ivan Andrews on Facebook. I'll put his stuff in there. But he bought the rest of the car, so he's got it. Well, I got to take it to him, but he bought the rest of the car. So this will be something that I can, you know, if I don't want to drive the Sierra, you know, if it's just me by myself and I'm, you know, we're going, like we just went to Nashville and I don't want to drive, or I want to go somewhere, I don't want to drive the Impala, but I kind of want to have something fun that I can show off, then I would drive this. But it's going to be reliable enough to where I can drive it out of town if I wanted to, you know? Not that the Impala wouldn't be reliable, but the Impala isn't something that I drive long distances. I mean, it's an LS, it's good, but just with the airbags, the wheels, I don't have room for a spare. It's not a, you know, now if we did like how I did where I drove the truck and trailer and somebody had a truck and trailer, then, you know, if something happened, we get a flat or something, we can put it on the trailer and be fine. But just driving it out of town, just freeballing, no. I'm not doing that. I don't care. People talking shit. Oh, you built this motor. You guys don't drive your cars out of town. Yeah, it's not because we think the car is going to break down. It's I don't have room for tools or anything if it does break down. You know, better be safe than sorry. So that's what this will be. This will be a fun little toy. If I don't want to drive the Sierra, you know, I don't want to drive the Impala, I can drive this and it'll have, I'm gonna put a crazy sound system in. I'm putting probably a single 18 in the back. I want to put a single 18. I got those two big kicker amps. This video is getting really long, but I want to put these two big kicker amps. I got these from my boy Sean. I did an LS swap for him, and then we did an additional deal for these amps. So I got a Kicker ZX 25 100.1 and a 850.4. So I'll probably use those because those were going to be in the donk. So I'll put those in there with like a single 18. Go find me like a Solo X or something, 18. And I think that'll be cool. And then, you know, do the speakers, put the double din in it. There's a guy that does iPad dashes for these, and they're actually relatively inexpensive, you know, considering all the work. So I may hit him up and put an iPad in the dash. That'll be dope. But first things first, transmission, AC, tags, insurance. And then we'll worry about everything else. So let me get to it, tearing this transmission out, and then we'll see how it goes. All right, well, as you can see, it's several hours later because it's dark outside, but the transmission is out and that fluid is dirty. Four-wheel drive transmissions are a pain in the ass. I hate doing them, but you know, there's a transfer case. So I'm gonna take Randy the transfer case so he can open it up, make sure everything's good in there, reseal it, make sure everything's good, because once I do the swap, I will be retaining the four-wheel drive. So got it all out. Now, every time I started it, the flywheel was making a weird noise, and I thought maybe some teeth were missing or something. Come to find out, the starter wasn't bolt; it was just loose in there. So oil pan gasket's leaking. There's oil everywhere back here, but you can see the back of the intake's leaking. I'm not fixing any of that. I'm going to get the transmission patched enough to where I can drive it, throw it back in here, and this motor will last me at least through the summer until I'm ready to get it swapped. So that is enough for tonight. Yeah, so I got to load this thing up. Got the truck pulled up here. Love this thing. Look at that. I don't even have a name for it yet. Give me some names. What should I name it? I don't want anything stupid, like anything generic and obvious, like Onyx or T'Challa or Black Panther or anything stupid like that. So I don't know. I don't have a name for this one yet. The only thing I've done to it literally is put my sticker. That's my stamp. That's my stamp, so you know it's me. So, and the trailer actually needs some work too. I got to, the guy who does all my exhaust fabricator, he actually just left. He actually dropped off that car over there to me. He did custom exhaust on it. So trailer needs some work. I got to get new light pockets because these are all dented and smashed up. Thank you, boy Torian, for that one. I did this one. The weld broke on the fender, so it was just hanging off, and then one of the links for the shocks broke over there. This needs to be fixed. She needs some work, so trailer's gonna go get some work done to it pretty soon, because I really don't need this to be down. I use this thing all the time, and I'm probably gonna take this home. I got another swap I need to finish first before I can pull this in, and it's honestly in the way. It's just in the shop, and I can't put it outside. It's just outside during the day, but it's got these nice Savini wheels on it, and it stands out, and I don't want to leave it outside. So I'm gonna take it home, put it in the garage at home. That way it's not, well, I'm not gonna do that today. I don't feel like it, I'm tired. So I just need to drag that transmission down, throw it in the bed of the truck, and get it to Randy tomorrow. So this was a long one, because I did a lot of talking, I know, but I wanted you guys to, oh, light's bright, hold on. I wanted you guys to see the new project, the new toy. This one's not going anywhere. Somebody's gonna have to come with one hell of an offer for me to get, and this is like the only damage. I think I already said it earlier. This is like the only damage on it. But underneath is clean, there's no rust. I mean, it's, I don't think I showed you guys. Look at that, clean, boy. No rust, no nothing. So rear end's leaking, so that's got to be addressed. That's not a big deal. We'll open that up and get that situated. I'm not going to change the gears, mainly because it's 4-wheel drive. So if I change the rear, I got to change the front, and I don't want to have to do that. So I'm going to leave whatever gearing is in. It's probably 373s, I believe, with this truck. But I will fix the leaks back there. And then that's it. And then this thing will be ready for a swap pretty soon. So I'm out of here. I'm gonna move some stuff out the way, bring this back on the ground, and hopefully Randy can get this thing knocked out pretty quickly for me. The transmission, he said he would, so I'm gonna take it to him in the morning. I want to take it to him tonight, but if I don't have the trailer, I would, but I hate, if I don't have to drive with the trailer, you know, I don't want to, because, so I'll probably leave the trailer at home tomorrow. I don't think I'm moving anything tomorrow. So see you guys in the next one. Another outro. Getting better.